Well, hey everybody, welcome to Reset. My name is Rob Hockney. I'm the Director of Services here at Brookside, and you're joining me in my kitchen for this Reset. Thanks for spending just part of your day with me. So my wife Julie and I have this orchid on our kitchen counter. Usually it's on the table now, but it was given to Julie at kind of a significant time in her life, and so it's hard to get rid of. But the thing about orchids that you may know or you may not know is that they're kind of a fickle flower. With orchids, you really have to take specific care of them, and you have to be patient. You have to take specific care of them, and you have to be patient. But the thing about orchids is that the reward is worth it if you do those things, because I think they're some of the coolest flowers on our planet. So I wanted to talk about something from John 15, and I love this verse. I love what it teaches. Let me just read it to you real quick. It says, "I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. If you do not remain in me, you are like a branch that is thrown away and withers. And such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and they're burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. This is to my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples." What an awesome illustration Jesus gives us there of our relationship with him. He says that we are connected to him in a living relationship. He's our sustenance. He's our lifeblood. He's our mainstay. He's the vine. And we're the ones that, if we use the things that he gives us, can branch out into our communities or into our relationships or even into our calling. When we are attached to Jesus as the vine, we can grow in really cool and very healthy ways. But if we detach from Jesus, we're like that branch that withers and it dies and gets thrown away and gets burned. It's a pretty big difference. So how do we stay attached, Well, first of all, we take specific care. Remember the orchid? Verse 7 actually has two instructions in that regard. And first it says, to keep God's words in you. To me, that sounds like God is telling us to look to his word, the Bible, his word to us, in order to keep close to his will and his way for us. And there we can find instruction, encouragement, and direction. And second, Jesus says in verse 7, to ask for whatever you wish. Ask. Talk to Jesus regularly. Pray. Come to him in humble dependence for what you need, and cultivate a habit of presenting your cares and your dreams, your worries, your desires, your questions, and even your celebrations to him. He will hear you, and he will answer. But what about when he doesn't answer, right? I mean, have you been asking maybe the same question of God for a long time? Are you looking for like direction or confirmation on something and you just haven't heard from God? Well, remember the other part of taking care of an orchid. Julie and I, with this orchid, we have to be patient. So when we first got the orchid, it had one large stalk. That stalk, it bloomed. It lasted for a while. It was beautiful, and then it died. And over time, with some specific care, another stalk actually started to grow, and it bloomed, and it also sort of ran its course, and it died. So we're still taking care of the plant, though, one ice cube per week at a time. And the other day we noticed, it's kind of crazy, that there's actually another stalk about to start growing. So our patience is giving this orchid its life. It's contributing to the life of this orchid. It's pretty cool. So where do you need to have patience? Or even more pointedly, where do you need to trust that Jesus, our vine, is continuing to give you life and sustenance, even though you may feel like you're all withered up? He is the vine, we are the branches, and if we remain in him and he in us, we will bear much fruit. We can trust that. In a season of disruption and uncertainty, I'd encourage you to think of Julie and I's orchid. You may experience life and growth and even a bit of withering. But if you'll take specific care of your relationship with Jesus, and if you'll just be patient, I believe that God will sustain you. I believe He'll surprise you. And in the end, He'll be glorified through your life. Thanks for joining me for this reset. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.